This is Biomutant, and it just jumped right into the opening cutscene. So I wasn't prepared for this, but we're gonna go. Was that an opening cutscene? Maybe that's just a title screen. Nope. Opening cutscene. Am I gonna have that ability in game? Okay, well, let's choose our language. I speak English. All right, so I think
How can
nope.
something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
All right, so I saw this game for the first time, I think a couple of years ago at PAX. My kids and I each, they were running a demo where I think you were allowed to play it for like 10 minutes or something like that. And so my kids and I all lined up and each of us got a turn. And the game was still pretty incomplete at that point. And it wasn't perfect, but the ability to create your own adorable, like, samurai rodent was our favorite thing. And so we all made different horrible mutant monsters and ran around fighting things, and it was a lot of fun. And so I've been waiting for this game to come out for a while. So I'm kind of excited to give it a try. Yep, that's me.
Welcome to Biomutant.
So as I understand it, that is the only voice actor that we're going to hear in the game. Everything else is sort of speaking little animal languages and stuff like that, and it's just this one, like, nature documentary voice that's going to be telling us the story. All right, set difficulty medium.
Encode your DNA.
Okay, so we get to choose what kind of creature we're going to be, and then I believe I actually, at least, okay, so in the demo I played at PAX, we actually got to, like, squish and stretch the character and, like, make them completely unique. I've got no idea if that survived until the final game. So, okay, so they're giving me this set of choices first. So Primal is a nimble, developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid with gene mutation, making them nimble and dexterous at the cost of a lesser developed intellect. Okay, interesting. And Dumb Dawn is this one. Okay. So it's strong, but not very intelligent. This is kind of tough because, like, I don't know. I've seen a little bit of discourse on Twitter lately about, different games engaging in, like, choose your genes to sort of, determine who you are and your abilities. And well, on one level, yeah, that's true. Your genes do determine a lot about who you are. There's so many, like, people who in history who have tried to use that in really sort of, like, dark and terrible ways that, that playing a game where that it's all about that could be a little bit like, make sure you don't do this wrong. It could be a problem. I mean, this game is about being a mutant, so it's kind of like, I mean, you got to go somewhere near there, no matter what. Okay, so this is a smart guy. Look, this one's so cute. Look at the big old eyes. Oh, I might, yeah, it seems like a mean dude. I don't know. This one looks like, oh man, I don't even know what I think this looks like. This looks like a Guillermo del Toro monstrosity. So this is what, lower health, lower melee damage, high intellect. This one, it's barter skill. Okay, so I can't tell. So it's showing me like some of these stats rising and falling, but from what? Like that's the thing I don't understand. Like, is there sort of like some universal standard? Is there one of these that is sort of the average of all the others? I'm having trouble figuring that out. I mean, so this is clearly the cutest one. And since I don't understand most of these stats, maybe I should just go with the one I find the most adorable or the one I find the most disturbing. That's kind of a difficult challenge. By the way, folks in the chat right now are dealing with the fact that apparently they're not getting the right set of options from Twitch to let them watch this live without, you know, lag or something. And I'm really sorry. Like, I wish I could think of something that I could do, but I'm sort of, I'm streaming the best way I know how, and I don't know of anything that I can do to help your situation. But I'm really sorry that a lot of you guys are struggling to see this live. Yeah, I think I might need to choose this one. Oh, here we go. Here's where we start customizing. So define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed explanations of what they have, or what they mean, press
Define
that
your
button.
genetic structure.
Wow! Wow! This is just all right. What do I care about? Do I care about agility? If I care mostly about agility, this is what I look like. If I care mostly about strength, this is what I look like. If I care most about vitality, that's what I look like. Interesting, my snout grows longer. Is that because I don't know, eat more? If I care about charisma... What, is that like sort of like a refined sneer on my face? Is that what I get with charisma? And intellect, big old fat head. Huh. So honestly, this little dude is the cutest. Right here in the middle. Like I mean, maybe slightly bigger ears from high vitality is kind of neat, but I don't know. Man, yeah, if you want that snout, though, you really got to get into the charisma vitality zone. But yeah, honestly, like, I mean, you can clearly tell that, like, these central choices were, like, developed by artists, because this feels like a very sort of well-balanced, interesting-looking character, whereas a lot of the others seem a little bit like monsters. I don't know. All right, yeah, you know, I think normally I try to make something really weird and unique, but that is kind of cool looking. But I think I do just kind of want to be near the middle with this guy. I think it's the big old head. The fact he's got like a big old head in the middle, but not like, well, there's this. No, just this big old baby face. I think that's what I want. All right, let's go with big old baby face.
Choose a genetic resilience.
A resilience, huh? Okay, so I can be like from the hot lands, resistant to heat but vulnerable to cold, or I can be from the cold lands, resistant to cold but vulnerability to heat. Oh, I don't. Let's be a fire mutant. Fire mutant.
Choose your fur style.
Fur style? What? Oh, here we go. A pattern of Oh, hey, I could be the target dog. Nice. Cool. This looks like me right here. Interesting. It looks like instead of like fading between different things, this is just like it's just got different regions mapped out with different arbitrary patterns on them. There's no rhyme or reason to this at all, as far as I can tell. Well, I think I kind of like this guy.
Pick your main color.
Oh, well, I'm already orange. I mean, orange is usually my main color. Wait, I'm not seeing anything change on the model when I move things around. Okay, I'm getting brighter and darker. Oh, I know what this is. I chose a style of fur that kind of overwhelmed the color. And so I think if I had chosen one of the ones with like really bright orange patterns, I'd be changing that part of the character's sort of material. Like, yeah, okay, now that I made it brighter, you can see that I'm turning him slightly greenish, slightly purplish, bluish. See, I think I am going to keep it in kind of the orange zone.
Choose your detail color.
Ah, okay, here we go. So I could just go all orange with this guy. But yeah, I think I'm still kind of like this. So this is but I can go dark. Huh, I wonder if that feels any different. No, I kind of like this. I mean, it just reminds me of a raccoon. Looks more real, you know?
Pick a class.
A Deadeye. A mercenary. Oh, is he going to say them out loud? Okay.
Deadeye. Commando. Psyfreak. Saboteur.
Well, these are honestly having the biggest impact on what the character looks like, even more so than the other physical characteristics.
Sentinel.
Just dressing this guy up in different costumes and putting him in a different pose makes him look like completely different characters.
Saboteur.
Okay, couple of sighs and like a cool t-shirt. I kind of like this. Okay, so this is the only guy who can dual wield, and that's how I would always select my role-playing game classes. It's like whichever character could dual wield is the one I wanted.
Psyfreak. Commando. Deadeye.
For some reason,
Commando.
I just giggle whenever I see this one. I don't know why. Just this little rodent deciding to be Rambo. I guess this looks a lot like Rocket Raccoon, huh?
Psyfreak. Saboteur.
I think I like Saboteur, though. Yeah, let's go with Saboteur.
Saboteur chosen.
I genuinely have no idea if I've made a good choice, if I'm going to like this at all. But, yeah, there we go. This is our guy. He's ready to rock.
That'll work.
It will. Got it.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. Here we go. Aha! Yes.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Oh, I've made this character like... I've used like orange and red for a lot of his coloring, so that kind of makes me want to choose dark red for strength and power, just aesthetically, right? But freedom and loyalty. I don't know. Big fan of freedom. Not sure I think of loyalty as being a terminal virtue necessarily, depending on the situation. Like, you can be loyal to something pretty bad. And yeah, but let's go dark red and see what that's like.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Oh yeah, I'm one with the darkness. Absolutely.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
All right.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself. And it seems we're headed in the right direction.
I do have the best end. Okay, so a game with a moral system where you just make the choice up front. I guess that means I'm going...
left can be right, sometimes.
Oh, have I chosen the sinister path?
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger.
Oh, I timed that wrong. Yeah, whoops. Phoenix Flight, huh? Okay. Oh, how do I... There we go. Panther Sweep? Oh, parry. That sounds worthwhile. BX. Oh, did I do something? I couldn't quite tell. I was busy getting murdered. Rabbit's Fury! Oh! I actually can do that move. Okay.
You better make a run for it.
What?
This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Oh, I'm actually playing out that first battle. Weird. Huh. I actually didn't expect that first battle to be something I would play.
It was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Okay. Oh, reloading is RB. Good to know. Key energies for dodging, mutations, and special attacks. Is that okay? Is that the blue bar? All right. Okay, so I can't tell exactly how much auto-targeting my character's doing.
Hot metal.
These guys have a lot of health. It's interesting that while I'm reloading, I can keep clicking the trigger ineffectively. Oh no. All right. What's over here? Electric module. It's a weapon add-on. Added to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage step for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have resistance or weakness to different special effects, so use them wisely. Okay, open the menu, hold this. So I kind of accidentally pushed the equip button. That wasn't my intent. But, yeah, huh. I guess I've got it equipped now? Oh, I thought maybe I could climb this chain. It sure looks like it's telling me I can climb this chain. But I can't. Oh, what's this? A medic bag! Okay, so I don't have automatically regenerating health. Okay, cool. So I can use that if I need to, but I think that I'm fine. So I guess, does my health regenerate outside of combat? It's only if I need to heal inside of combat that I have to use these things? Oh, good! Yes, let's get a bandage out of the toilet. That's great. That's wonderful. I guess as an animal, I don't necessarily have the same aversion to a toilet that a human might. Oh, I can climb this chain. Okay. Just not until the right time in the tutorial.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Remember to parry. Right. Lightning bolts above their heads means I should parry. Whoa. I'm not finding their attacks extremely easy to predict. Okay, got that guy. Gotcha. Fallen enemies can often be looted for healing items. Find a highlighted fallen enemy and press Y. Okay. So where's a highlighted enemy? Ah, that one's highlighted. It's got a little circle on him. Dandy candy! Okay, so my health is regenerating right now. Looks like I can't go this way towards the oil slick. Hello, Sangatsu. Thanks for joining us. And Lannon, yes, I think we are going to play Subnautica again at some point. It might not be today because there's so many new games I want to try out, but definitely this weekend at some point. Hello, everyone. Ah! Oh, thank you for shooting your friend. That was very helpful. Ooh, okay. A quickly timed dodge like that has some fun effects. Oh! Okay, so I tried to dodge that, and that didn't work. Maybe what I need to do is shoot it out of his hands instead. Yes, that is what I needed to do. Okay, dodging that was always going to be hard. Oh, hello. Ah, no. Let go of me, you jerk. Ah, well, that didn't work. What is this? Oh, just another health regen item. Okay. And e-waste. So I'm just collecting different kinds of garbage to craft things out of. Anything over here? Nope. I don't know to what degree to expect this game to have secrets and stuff. Oh, it's just the wind? I thought something was hiding in these bushes. Hello? Iron wall? Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can damage them. Okay, so I can't just shoot this guy. Let's deal with his friends first, who I can shoot. Oh, gosh, did not see that coming. All right, here we go. Ah, okay. Oh, I don't quite know how that worked, but... Okay, there we go. That actually did not take as much hitting as I thought it would. Oh, okay. Don't do that, I guess. Yep, definitely don't do that. Okay, now that he doesn't have a shield anymore, I definitely want to keep my distance. I got an upgrade point! So I just leveled up. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10! At one point you can use to unlock skills. Alright, wait. Where is that done? Is it done here? Character? When you level up, you can increase an attribute of your choice by 10. So, wait. If they all start at 10 and you raise them in increments of 10, why isn't it 1 and raising them increments of 1? That's odd. I mean, yeah, I guess they all start with an 8 on them? Why? Oh, bizarre. Okay, so what is... So my move speed will go up, my power, key energy, melee damage, critical chance, loot chance. So so far, I'm kind of relying pretty heavily on guns. I want something that's going to improve my gun situation. Maybe that's critical chance. Maybe loot chance will help with the gun situation. I don't know. Let's go with luck. I usually don't lean into luck in games like this, but maybe that's actually going to be a useful skill. Okay, it's time to unlock a special attack. Let's go ranged. Oh, I can't. Okay, fine. So Feather's Flight is just shooting. Jumping and shooting. Sliding and shooting. Then Crane Dance. Finish your melee chain by fan firing your gun. It's a special attack. So I dodge, I hit X, and then I shoot. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I guess you unlock them based on your weapon type. But if I want to then play with a different weapon type later on, I don't get my previously unlocked stuff? Huh. Once you have more upgrade points, remember to spend them on perks and special attacks in the Wung Fu and perk menus. Okay. Wung Fu! Loot this dead body. Okay. Sure. And this. Well, I've got some nice stuff. Oh, Stealthy Assassin points out that 10 is a bigger number than 1, and that makes it better. You know, you're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Though actually, in my mind, so it's weird. My sense of size that I get from things, actually, I think I get a bigger sense of scale from smaller numbers than from larger numbers. Like if I'm playing like a, I don't know, like a JRPG and like everything's doing like 4,028 damage or, you know, 103,726 damage or something like that, it just makes the damage increments seem extremely small and sort of meaningless. Whereas if you know the amount of damage I'm doing is like these single digit numbers, then it feels like everything's made out of these big chunks. It actually kind of contributes positively to the sense of scale in my mind. Old word clawbar. So is it equipped now? Oh, it's not. But maybe it wasn't a weapon. Maybe it's a tool? Where do I... Oh, okay, here's my map. Oh, hello. There's a whole... Okay, I love the naming in this world. I mean, Dead Zone is pretty common, but Whereabouts, Surfipelago, Yerp Fields, Fanaki Leaves. Yeah, this is good. Gear, here we go. Okay, circle icons represent parts of the bodywork and equip things. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I've already got... Okay, so I'm not seeing the claw bar, and so that must mean that it's not a weapon. Yeah, it's a tool. Okay. So it looks like, can I like mulch it into supplies? Is that what that means? I don't know. Yeah, you know, Stealthy Assassin, yeah, the GURP system is a great example of a game that uses big chunky numbers. That's actually one of the first role-playing systems I ever learned anything about, and so maybe that's why my my mental preset is in that zone.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Oh, okay. Landon says they use the voiceover guy too much in this game. So far, I'm liking it. I have no idea what it's going to feel like later on. So Cogs says that apparently Biomutant has secret mounts and vehicles.
Whoa.
I feel like I've seen boats in
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
in gameplay videos. So I don't know how secret they are necessarily. Unless you just mean they don't show them in their own trailers and you have to discover them yourself. Boink. Whee! Alright. Can a real person actually get more distance from a flip than from a long jump? I suspect not. I suspect that putting any of your momentum into actually rotating your body reduces the overall momentum.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including...
Right. Yes.
you.
Okay, well, that was not the right occasion to try to use a special attack. I think that was my special attack. I don't... The control for it isn't feeling extremely accessible here.
Hack and slash.
Okay, yeah, so I did perform the attack. So I'm trying to do like, yeah, dodge, melee, and then shoot. And it kind of works. It doesn't, it feels like there's a delay to it or something. Like, it tells me there's a prompt on the bottom right of the screen, and I do see one sometimes, but it seems like it shows up pretty late after I've done my dodge and hit to unlock it, and then I can't always do it immediately. Yeah, it's not quite as snappy as I would hope it would be.
The deep cut.
Well, it's fun to end combat on a special move. So I absorbed a Bio Blob! These are points used to unlock mutations. You can use your Bio Blobs to unlock special powers at any time. So does this stuff hurt me at all? I've been avoiding it, but since I am a Biomutant, maybe it doesn't matter. All right, character. Go to the mutations tab. Oh, they've just added it. Biogenetics. Mothmouth! What? Press the input you have bound to the ability while facing an enemy. It'll infect a small humanoid enemy hit. While infected, enemies will attack their allies instead. Okay. Vile Bile. To use Vile Bile, press down on the input you've bound the ability to. You'll spew toxic slush in the direction you're facing, inflicting damage on all enemies hit. Psi powers. Okay, so there's certain resources that I can use to unlock certain abilities. You know, I'm not really... This guy isn't feeling like a poison-type warrior to me, so I don't think... Okay, I just want to clear all of these little badges. I don't think I'm going for any of that right now. So Lannon asks if I used 30 or 60 mode. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Does this game have different, like, graphical settings for different frame rates? Is that what you're asking? What's this?
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Oh, it's kind of nice that they're implying that maybe there is some humanity left in the universe, just not here. You found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. To switch which node is selected, use the left stick. To rotate, use the shoulder buttons. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that may have consequences. Okay, I don't... Okay, so let's say I rotate this one to the right. And this one to the right. Okay, cool. I think I get what that's going for. Projector?
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago. But it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, The radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Well, nice of them to include a little video documentary here to teach my character about his world.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Well, let's definitely interact with it then.
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Okay, looks like I need to go from orange to white. So this one goes orange to white, this one goes white to orange, this one goes orange to white. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard, but I've got to completely reverse
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
these. Wait, why did I do that? Ugh. Let's try that.
Let's try that again.
No, but I can't try it. I'm going to get shocked now because I was an idiot.
Quite a shock to the system.
Well, now we found out what happens there.
Let's try that again.
I agree. Okay. So this one is down like that. There we go. I was about to say, oh, these puzzles are so easy, and then
There you go.
we completely turned around in my head. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head. After hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up into the air by pressing LB.
The
So you-
wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd
What?
better help him out.
For a second, I thought he was the enemy.
Shot through. Sharp steel. Bullets everywhere.
Over here! You filthy animals. I like that guy's hubcap hat, or whatever that is. Okay, so I'm not getting the perfect parries that I kind of expected to get. But of course, it could just be I'm not good at them. Hit me again. Hit me. Nope, too late that time. Try again. Okay, that time I hit him, but he didn't get stunned, he got killed, so. Yeah, so they taught me about stunning,
That's
but
the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
they taught me about stunning enemies, but I didn't really see any opportunities like that. Gotta loot all the
things for your big
bodies first.
ideas.
Anything else? Nope. Did he just leave? Oh, but there was a rope in this ceiling. I actually meant to maybe try to climb that. Dang it.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the Unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
So I can see why people are, a little bit, annoyed at the narrator. I don't think it's because they're using him too much. I think it's because of the pacing. I think if they reduce the volume of the sort of like the animal language dialogue and just played it behind the narrator in the background, and had let the narrator go from line to line to line directly and just talk continuously, I think it would feel like it had a faster pace to it. I think it's the fact that we have to listen to the animal talk and then the narrator speaks, and then the animal talks, and then the narrator speaks, stretches it out and makes you feel a little bit impatient. Okay. Oh, is this little baby me? Oh, it's little baby me. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so cute. I am so cute. Look at wee. Wee. Oh. Can't really. I'm so short I can't get above the camera.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the Potato People. The Potato People, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you...
I'm skipping some dialogue here and there because it takes a long time. I'm a little kid. Oh, I'm so adorable. It's going to take me a very long time with my little short legs to get all the way down there, though. Maybe I can jump down. Whee! Yes. Oh, look at me, I could swim. Sort of. What is this? Oh no! I just drowned a baby animal. No! Where's the last checkpoint? No. Don't make me talk to that dude again. Just respawn me and let me go straight to the objective. Okay, cool. Wow. All right. I'm sorry. I feel like the level design was kind of pushing me to try to take a shortcut there. I thought I just had a cute swim cycle. I didn't realize that I was desperate in drowning. Jetty Cytrix says, first you steal the baby penguins, and now you drown the baby animals. Yeah, so stealing baby penguins is something that I was doing in Subnautica Below Zero, which we may get to today. I'm not sure. My plan was to play it on Monday, but... on Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see what we do today. Okay, let's ruffle it. Ruffle! Yay, I found one.
The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only... You'll need a net to catch the Nono.
Okay, I'll need a net to catch it. Here's my net. Okay. Okay, so I hit Y to try to catch it, but I'm failing.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else.
Really?
He's impressed. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of key over the 12 months to come, so...
Okay, so... the inosculated Pensai? Whatever that means. Okay, so I've got one little potato thing, and I'm gonna feed it to the tree? Is that how this works? Cog says there's a setting for narrator frequency. So you mean just like how often the narrator says things in normal gameplay? Because, I mean, unless he starts interfering a lot with my ability to talk to you, I'm not too worried about that. I'm just worried about the pacing of the conversations in the cutscenes. Or the dialogue, I guess. Dialogue sequences. Here. Devour this living being.
He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you.
Mooma.
That's not...
Oops. I actually finally skipped one that I couldn't just skim.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but the tree started to die when the the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse, the toxin... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
The naming of
Wiz
everything.
is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Okay, this is my reaction to Porky Puff.
He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the
Oh.
You're getting the hang of it.
Why did they need to lock me
Quickest
in
way
there?
out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
That was odd. They locked me into that room, and I actually got worried that I wouldn't ever be able to come back here and check out this rope. But once I was inside, I was just locked into dialogue anyway. It didn't feel like there was a reason for them to lock me in that room, unless they just thought I needed more practice with the crowbar. But the crowbar's automatically grabbed when you interact with something, so it's not really a skill.
Grab on tight and go.
Maybe you used to have more character control during dialogue at some point in the past and they locked it down. Because that's what Cloudcraft is suggesting, that the reason I get frustrated with the dialogue is partly just because I don't have any character control during it, partly the way that the narrator delivers the lines, because he's got kind of a slow, you know, kind of broadcaster's pacing to his voice. And also the thing that I was bringing up, the fact that they have to sort of wait between the lines.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
It's interesting, sort of the cyclical nature of this, that these characters exist because an ecological disaster wiped out their predecessors. But now they're trying to prevent their own ecological disaster from wiping them out. Okay, so now we've actually started the opening titles. What? Oh my gosh! I can run on the ground! Oh, what's this?
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
All right. I'm going to be running like that all the time.
Let's see.
Okay, so they're found near locations of interest. You'll unlock a signpost by interacting with it. You can fast travel to a signpost you've unlocked. To open the map at any time, press that button. Okay, cool. So I'm here now. Sweet. Oh, look at me. I'm so cute. I wish I could get a better angle on myself. I'm assuming there's not like a... There is a photo mode. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this little guy. Oh, actually, he's so crouched down, he almost looks like he only has, like, the 2 limbs. Look at my little dude. He's so cute. Unfortunately, I can't take a proper picture because I've got the credits. Oh, what is this? All right. That
Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Barely. Love that voice.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes the wholeness that flows through all things. At times, you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of the choices we make. Okay, so this does have a morality system kind of like Mass Effect.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even... He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
True to your heart. Interacting with captives and psi shrines will reward you with psi points you can use to unlock psionic powers. Okay, but I have to basically lean hard into one side or another of the inner balance in order to unlock them.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
I'll leave you to your fate.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever cogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
I've got a psi point now. So I just murdered that guy for no
There's
reason.
Out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Oh my gosh.
Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. Out of Date says someone needs to break the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the... Siding with the Myriad's movement for
I've broken
wholeness
everything.
in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the... One thing's certain, though.
I think I'm doing two things at once with the dialogue right now, and I'm not sure why.
They'll be waiting for you beneath... The Jagni tribe only ever had one
Weird.
conviction, to they believe...
Let's just get through this bit.
But siding with Jagni isn't
Okay, so...
not necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
What's going on? Here's the journal. There's the map. Okay, we're back. I think...
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Oh, obviously the motor bridge, because I think that's leading to the Jagni tribe. I think it said that the Jagni tribe is bad, and that's exactly who I want to be friends with. But yeah, so Cloudcraft points out the sort of the downside of a system like this, which is basically if you're making these moral binary choices, and if there is something mechanical in the game that is unlocked by you achieving certain heights of those moral choices, that it's certain extremes, then that means rather than each choice being an interesting choice on its own, you only really get one choice, which is, am I doing an evil playthrough or am I doing a good playthrough, or whatever the division is. Because if you do anything else, you're just cutting yourself off from high level abilities, and so that's something that frustrated me about KOTOR, that frustrated me about Mass Effect. At least with KOTOR, it was based on an IP that also had a very simplistic morality system, or at least it felt on brand. But with Mass Effect, I feel like they had the opportunity to do something more interesting and complex, and they didn't. And so while I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect for a lot of reasons, the morality system is not one of my favorite bits of it. I feel like they came up in the storytelling, they came up with a lot of really interesting moral choices that were undercut by the fact that on any given playthrough, I felt like I needed to commit to one approach or the other. Now, I don't think in that one, at least they weren't unlocking things the equivalent of force powers with the moral choices, but there were story choices you could only get by pushing yourself down the orange extreme or the blue extreme. And so if you wanted to see all of the content, if you were actually motivated by the story, the thing that had the moral choices in it, you had to address them in a more simplistic, less complex, less interesting way in order to see all of the future stuff you didn't want to miss. So that could be a tough choice. I think for me, rather than moral choices where you can actually do something very similar to this without it feeling as bad. Because rather than having there be a bunch of disconnected moral choices that sort of the god of the game is judging you on and then providing you with abstract benefits, I could see a moral system that's like faction-based, where it's like there are different factions that want you to do things, and by serving a faction, doing things that they approve of, you earn loyalty from them or commitments from them that then can give you benefits. I could see something like that working, because that feels at least like it's more connected to the real world. That it's like, yeah, if I want to get benefits from these people, I need to do what they say. And if I've decided, you know what, I don't want any more benefits from you because I don't like what you're doing anymore, that's the kind of choice you might have to make in the real world. So at least, even though it's a similar system where you have to commit in order to get prizes, at least it feels a little bit more grounded. So I do prefer factional systems over like explicit moral systems. But I don't know. I feel like kind of if you want your individual moral choices to feel interesting and complex independently on their own, I feel like the best move you can make is to make them independent. Like, you're going to make a specific moral choice in a specific circumstance. It's going to have specific consequences, and you care about what happens in that setting, but you don't have to make a meta decision where all of your choices have to line up to fit some like overarching story of who you are in order for them to have any value. Oh, that's true. Cloudcraft points out that in Mass Effect 2, they actually they didn't make a big deal out of this, but rather than Paragon and Renegade being on a dial that went back and forth to one or the other, you could actually earn points in both simultaneously, and so you weren't necessarily... Like, I think that there were a lot of choices where you had to choose Paragon or Renegade, but at least you weren't undoing Paragon points and you gained Renegade points. You were just failing to get Paragon points in choices in times where you made renegade choices. So that is true. That is better, though, because they also pinned those two ideas as being in conflict with each other. Then that also kind of has a weird undermining effect where you're like, okay, so I made a bunch of Paragon choices and a bunch of Renegade choices, so I'm equally both. It seems more like the world would see me as some confusing mishmash of the two, because the idea was Renegade is, you're very focused on just what's good for humanity at the expense of everyone else. Whereas Paragon was, you're kind of in favor of sort of the greater good of the larger society you're a part of, at the expense sometimes of your own interests, or your own people's interest. And I liked that in theory when they presented it, because it sounds like both of those, depending on who you are, you could actually see them as having positives and negatives. But in the end, they framed them that way, but then like most of the choices that they actually wrote into the story on the ground were just, are you evil or are you good? And it wasn't really, like, are you arbitrarily mean to people, or are you, sweet and kind? And it didn't really line up. Like, I wish that, because they framed it in a political context, I wish the choices you had made had actually been more politically meaningful and been really like consistent about what the meaning of those terms were. Anyway, why did I come in here? I feel like there was a reason. Oh yeah, right. Mutations, psi powers. Okay, Blaze. Press down on the input you've bound ability to and launch you forward, leave a trail of fire behind you. Okay. Versus Blink. It'll teleport you in the direction you're moving, create a shockwave. Okay. This costs 2 somethings. I've got 4 dark points and 2 light points. I can't actually tell. Is side points different from dark points and light points? I'm not sure. Anyway, I pitched this character as being one who is like resistant to fire and stuff, so it feels like Blaze is more my style. Okay, let's say B. Because I'll hold down the left trigger and hit B. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the dark and light points are for. I don't quite see their role in this menu, but... Okay, let's definitely go make an alliance with the tribe that was pitched as the bad guys.
It's a bridge. Just get over it.
So, Cloudcraft points out that the way that they were counting the dark and light points, it could still easily be that they're counting them both independently. Wait, which of these are my enemies? I'm assuming the ones with, like, black outfits and skull faces are my friends. Whoa, someone's shooting me. Stop shooting me.
Now that's a flesh wound.
Wait, what? You don't say something's a flesh wound because you're so impressed at how damaging it was. That's like the opposite of why you would say something's a flesh wound. I've never heard someone say in an impressed voice, "Wow, that's a flesh wound." What the heck is that? Okay, it seems like this game is sometimes queuing my inputs in ways that I don't expect. Like, occasionally I find myself doing something that I thought I had kind of canceled out of. My upgrade points are like literal dog tags. All right.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began.
Wait, restroyed? Wait, what does that even mean?
That's the Jagni tribe's fault. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm in a shadow. That doesn't look very good.
You're either a part of their solution to the tribe.
I'm just trying to see if I can, like, get a good little shot of my character here, but I'm not doing a great job of it.
War, or part of the problem. Let's see.
All right. This game really is beautiful. Yay! I'm so happy. How about... Oh, there we go. Nice. All right, this is what we're after right here. Something like this. I got to get a nice, like, glamour shot of my character. Let's definitely hide the UI, but then I'm not sure. Just click it, take a picture. Oh, that's up and down. Well, you know what? I mean, really, all I need to do is I'm going to be capturing this later anyway. So I'll just take my little pose here. I'll just capture this from the video later on. Oh, beautiful. How do I leave? There we go. Hello?
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Thinks you should just put one paw ahead of the other and make your way up there. The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common.
I'm evil.
He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can... Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after...
Okay, so we got split up tribes.
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now.
So we're going to try to conquer all the tribes.
Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision.
Absolutely. I never do this, but...
You join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show.
Yeah, normally I choose the Paragon style thing first, but...
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The Myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but you... Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
Okay. Dump. Ah!
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wong Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
He says that...
You both share
when?
dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. Your Moom, seeing you brings back his memories. Jagni doesn't... He remembers your kind and...
I'm getting impatient. Oh my gosh!
Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. He can't blame you for not remembering, but he...
Alright, fine. Okay, so I imagine that I would be trying to take over this place if I had chosen the other team. So I'm wondering if I actually want that that first photo to be part of my thumbnail, or if I want to somehow depict the fact that my character has joined the bad guys. I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm gonna want, but this seems a little bit seems appropriate. Anyway. Well, it is getting kind of late, so I think that since we've just hit an important turning point in the story, this might actually be a really good time for me to take a break between videos. So if you want to subscribe to my channel and you're watching this later on YouTube, I'll stick a subscribe button right there. I'm going to continue playing Biomutant, so that video is going to go there. You can click on that if you want to. And those of you who are watching me live, we're going to keep going right now.